Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are here at the Chicagoland Speedway. We're ready to qualify for the Menard's 225, race number 12 of the season. Going to be Friday night, Black Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing the qualifying on Wednesday because tomorrow a big day on Napa Fan with the Thanksgiving 500 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll have qualifying for the Truck Series, and in less than an hour, the Krispy Kreme Series races here for their 9th race of the season. But I'm really looking forward to this race because it's the first time we're going to be using the 2018 version of the Chicagoland Speedway. The racing is going to be a little bit different, and it's definitely going to be a huge variable on who gets the race victory here at Chicagoland, especially after what we saw last week at Gateway. We thought that Andrew Ross was going to pull away with that race victory. John Arndt moved his way through the field and took it with 2 laps to go. I think we'll see more passing in this race than we did last week, but it's going to be a wild one alongside Trey Wright for this weekend's event. And with this being a technically new reconfigured version of Chicagoland, if you'd like to call it, what kind of race do you expect on Friday night here in the Menard's 225?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of experimenting going on. We're using the Truck Series as a metaphorical guinea pig for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, if you will. So I'd say it's going to take the drivers a couple of laps to get used to the new reconfiguration. Right now, it's their first experience on the track, so they're getting a little bit used to it. So I expect not a whole lot of action, just a lot of trying to play it safe, and then wait till the end to make your move. But I think hopefully we'll still be in for a fairly interesting race. So,
we definitely will be. Of course, we're going to have the Krispy Kreme Series here. Less than an hour, so we'll get a feel for what it's going to be like on Friday night if you check that one out later on. Very short qualifying session for these guys. Not everyone's gone out on the racetrack quite yet, but most of them are. Fisher G remains our points leader here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. 317 points towards the championship, but he lost a little bit of ground to Dan Park last week. Fisher G was ahead of Dan Park a majority of the event, except for that last green flag run when Dan Park moved through the field and took the position away from Fisher G and finished about 12 positions ahead of him, so he's now only 39 points behind. Matt Tuck just took the top position here in qualifying in the number 98 machine. Let's try to see where he is on the racetrack. Got to be somewhere because he's put a time in. There he is, right behind Sebastian Chicagoland right there. The only driver under 29 seconds right now here at Chicagoland.
And that draft off of Chicagoland did a little slingshot move. I imagine he would improve his timer at this lap by doing that move. But yeah, just standard qualifying going on, picking drafting drivers, picking drafting partners, and yeah, nothing too crazy.
And this is similar to the racing we're going to see. They are going to try to utilize the lines a little bit differently than what we've seen in the past. Of course, the outside lane's always been a dominant line here at Chicagoland. But we're going to see that the outside lane work a lot, especially if it gets strung out, which is very possible. The low drag package that we got here on these guys. So we're hoping that these guys can spread out just a little bit and get some real racing going on here. But, of course, with what we're going to see in the Krispy Kreme Series, I don't think that's going to be the case. Now, one guy's got a good time going on right now. That's McAngelo Nwangu, who was really dominant earlier on in the season in the number 78 machine. He's 65 behind now. Skylar Perry and Cole Sampson both 62 behind. So it's been a little bit of a fall-off from Nwangu since he was the points leader since Fisher G took the points lead away from him. Dan Park, however, has got a good run going for him right now. Second fastest in the number 2 machine. And Dan Park has 4 wins on the year. John Arndt, with his win last week at Gateway, is now up to 5 wins on the year. So John Arndt currently the winningest driver of 2019. Dan Park, however, would love to at least tie John Arndt for that honor right there. And with a second place run for the number 2 machine, he's got an opportunity of doing so. Of course, he won at Rockingham earlier this year. Looking to get another race victory here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. There is your points leader, Fisher G, who's currently 4th fastest right now, right behind Dan Park, with Adam Garcia sandwiched in between both of them. It's a big race for Fisher G. Of course, we still have ourselves 7 races left on the circuit, so it's far from over. But his arch rival just went to the top of the board. And that's good for Dan Park, looking to get his 2nd win of the year and surpass Fisher G in the points somehow. I don't think he could quite do it in this race. It would take a lot for him to take the points lead away for Fisher G. But Fisher G looking very strong as well in the 5th position right now. And it looks like he's going to have a shot at possibly extending that points lead if things go his way in Friday night's race.
As you can see, Dan Park, he's sucking up to the back bumper, the back of the pack, trying to improve his lap time. But it appears that the tires are falling off a little bit, so that with the more abrasive surface that they've paid down here at the new reconfigured Chicagoland, it's going to affect some tire wear and pit strategy. That's going to come into play. So it could be interesting to see what happens in the race.
It definitely will. Dan Park is going to lead the field of the green flag alongside McAngelo and the Wangwu. Matt Tuck will be 3rd. Adam Garcia and Fisher G will be the top 5 starting positions for the Menards 225 from Chicagoland. We have a couple of ties right in there with Sebastian Kukulon and Joshua Rush, and also Jason Tucker and Chris Skinlert. I'll have to go back on the points to break those ties, and those are pretty far up in the field. They are 2 of 3 ties that we have. Jesse Turner and Matthew Logan as well, also tied in this session. So we'll go ahead and break all that for you. But other than that, that is how they will line up for Menards 225 action Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here, over there on Napa Fan. Dan Park will be leading the field of the green flag here from the Chicagoland Speedway in the 12th race of the season, or a little bit farther into the season than that. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Dan Park for winning the poll, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the Thanksgiving 500 on Napa Fan, and Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Menards 225 in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.